Booker in the building, man. And we on the line, man. On the line after dark. And I got my wingman with me, man. Y'all know who it is. It's the Biz. I ain't got to do no whole bunch of introduction, man. Y'all done liked, shared, subscribed, and everything. And then I got my man, Coach Clark. They called him Philando. In the building, man. Impact Culture, the podcast.
The podcast.
Right? We on here, man. We doing what we do, man. We bringing the folks content, man. We bringing you content like we said we was gonna bring you. We bring you the content, right? So we on here after dark, man, and we got a guest, man. We got a guest with us tonight, man. We want to bring him on, man. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. Some of y'all probably already know this cat, man. He world renowned, man. He big time. Coming in, he from Shelby, North Carolina. Big Shelby. Boy, it's something about them Shelby fans, man. They irritate me a little bit like them Cowboy fans, but I'm a Cowboy fan, but anyway. But by way of Shelby, man, he done some work in the recruiting department at Crest High School, man. You know, he helped them boys out, man, get into some high school, into some colleges, man. His current duties include Mountain Island High School. He was up there from 2016 to 2020 as the recruiting coordinator. He moved up. That was I think Mountain Island is maybe the 1A or the 2A, but he moved up to the 4A, man. Came over to Julius Chambers, man, and he kept putting it down, man, with the kids, man. Got on the coaching staff as an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator at Chambers High School, man. One of the best recruiters to me in the Southeast region, man. I got my man in the building, Chris. It's a bird. It's a plane. Hawk in the building. What's up, Chris Hawk?
Hey, man. Glad to be with y'all guys tonight, man. Honored.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We wanted to bring you on, man, because we got some hot topics, man. This topic right here that we're going to talk about, man, this recruiting, man, is gone crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's changed within the last, 5 to 10 years, man. The dynamics of high school recruiting has really took a turn, man. And I don't know if for the better or for the worse, or does it just make them kids now dive in and work a little harder now, man? Because it ain't the same old just go out there and play and somebody will find you and you should get recruited. It's a different dynamic to it, that's the reason why we brought you on, man, just to kind of give us a little bit more insight on some of the changes and some of the things that it takes for, number one, a ninth grader, right, who walks into Chambers High School or any high school across the country, right? What does it take for a kid like him to start his career trying to get recruited, trying to get on a college coach's radar? And we're going to talk about the upperclassmen as well. But let's start out by, kind of talking about what it looks like for a ninth grader to walk in the door and the things he should be doing as it relates to getting on the radar of a college recruiter, which is pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
Oh, yeah. I'd advise any 8th grader, rise 9th grader, get your grades right. It's all about your GPA. Try getting them honor classes, make A's and B's. Don't cut up in class. Get them weight and get fast. I know a lot of people say like a cliche, but when the coaches come out of your school to look at you, the first thing they do is look at your transcript. They look at your body build. If you got the look, then that's half the battle. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, you got to get on that field and perform. If you look at majority of the 3, 4, 5 stars, they all started so form in the 9th grade. And a lot of them did good in the playoffs and went to state championship. If they don't win the state title, they played for it. Because, the coach look at how you perform big games. So you got 40 games guaranteed from 9th to 12th grade. You got to make every game count. You can't BS and think you're gonna be average and just go through the motions and think these schools gonna want you. That's I know Philando and Booker both know a lot of the kids, and especially their parents, think because they play football, they guarantee a scholarship. That's definitely not. Nah, that ain't the case. Like y'all saying on y'all show last week with the transfer portal, it used to be 25 scholarships, given out every year. Now it might be 11, 12
Wow.
with with the guys because they going on the portal to get people before they go to high school to get people. Um, you'd be surprised how many coaches hit me up from like November to like maybe February. They ask more about college transfers than they do high school kids now. So now I'm helping out high school kids. I'm helping out these college kids in the port now.
Really?
Yes. Oh yeah. I helped out a whole lot of kids in the 704 area this past what you want to call it, I guess season, the fall and winter in the transfer portal.
So you
Everybody hit me
saying
up.
so you saying the kids that jump in the transfer portal and they get stuck because it ain't no
Hmm.
guaranteed in that transfer portal either. You mean to tell
No.
me those kids are reaching back out to you to
Yeah.
see what you can do to try to help them get on somebody else's radar?
Right. Yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So the term that you got the kids from high school to life. Well, man, that's really true now.
Mm.
So
Wow.
I'm with them through high school to college and post college.
Like, coach,
That
what?
that's pretty interesting, man. I didn't know. I didn't realize, but it all makes sense that you know once these guys get in that transfer portal, if you haven't, it's the same game. It's
Mm.
Same game.
for the
Yep.
high school
Yes.
kids. You got to get in there. You got to prove yourself. You got to get yourself. First of all, you got to the grades. The grades. You can say it sound cliche all you want to. That's real. The
Yeah.
grades are real, man. The grades. Listen, I went through the college recruiting myself with my son. Right. I
Hmm.
came in the ninth grade, and I wasn't very well versed in the recruiting. The only thing I thought was, yo boy, get out there and play hard, work hard, and they'll find you. Right. That that part is still true. If you get out there and bust
Yes.
your ass and work hard, but it's a lot more to it, man. Them grades, I learned so much, man. If I hadn't tapped into you, if I hadn't met you, because we started out as ninth graders over at Mallet Creek,
Yep.
and so we were a little bit, like I said, we was a little bit uneducated and not so well versed, and and then we came over to Chambers and we connected with you, man, and you kind of enlightened us on a lot of different things that we needed to do as it relates to the camps that we probably needed to go to. You was always very well connected with all the recruiters. It might be 15 recruiters walking the sideline, but all of them you was connected with all of them. And
Yep.
right, and that kind of helped me become a little bit more educated about the recruiting process, man. So it's a big thing though, man. It's a lot of young athletes out here that just don't have a clue on
Right.
what it takes to get recruited. They just
And
don't.
then too, like, sorry about that, but then too, like, we talking about rising ninth graders. There's a thing called the clearinghouse, NCAA clearinghouse,
Yep.
that everybody gonna have to get in. A lot of people don't know about it until they get in 12th grade, and that's too late. But that kind of keeps you in line on what college classes you need to get into college. So yeah, definitely, parents register your kid, get with the guidance counselor, and register your kid ASAP, not to the NCAA clearinghouse.
So
That way you can be charted out and make sure you're taking the right classes. So you won't get 12th grade and be taking regular classes, making straight A's, and ain't no class you took, you can go to translate college.
So the NCAA clearinghouse basically lines you up with the type of classes that you need
Yeah,
prior to you entering, you know,
college.
college.
Yeah,
And sometimes you're saying that these guys are getting the be rising 12th graders and don't realize that they haven't taken the required
yeah,
curriculum that they needed to take to even get into college. So now it's a mad
right.
dash to try to get those classes,
Yeah,
drop and add those classes. And see, that's why I think it's important to have a college recruiter on every freaking coaching staff in the country. I don't care who it is, right? Because kids just don't know that. Parents don't
right.
know anything about the
Parents don't know.
clearinghouse, right?
Hmm.
It should be along with all those packages that they give out when a kid walk into the into the practice. It should be a package telling them about the clearinghouse. You
Yeah,
know, I don't know if that's the case. I don't think that's the case where they have a high school recruiter like yourself that's on staff that kind of educates these kids as they walk in. So it's kind of a disadvantage for that kid who might be really, really, really serious about, playing on the next level, but he just don't know all the things that it takes to get there, man. So yeah, what do you think about that? Do you feel like there should be a recruiter on every staff, or how's that work?
yeah.
Or is everybody counting on the head coach to do all of this?
Nah, the head coach got a lot to do, and let's keep it real. A lot of head coaches ain't really good with recruiting. Like, they ain't no knock on them, they just don't know. Like, I don't know trigonometry. You know what I'm saying? Um, it'd be
I feel
good
trigonometry,
for a
by the
while.
way.
I ain't take.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Um, but yeah, they need somebody need to be at every school. They can get a guidance counselor to give them a lot of this information. Like Tanya Tosin at Mount Island, she is
Mm.
wonderful. But getting them kids, let them know the education requirements, ninth grade. Tamara Satterfield Chambers, she's very good. And I'm quite sure there's other ones there. I just don't know the names, but yeah, it'd be wise to like the athletic director, if he don't have a coach to do it, get a guidance counselor assigned to the football team to do it.
Right. So so let's go back to the coach, the head coach. So the head coach's position, because a lot of the times when we first came in, my kid, we kind of, I was kind of like, well, what is the coach doing? What's the head coach
Right,
doing? You know what I'm saying? They got all these college coaches coming in, and is the coach advocating for my son? Well, I learned later on that, like you said, I'm not saying the coaches are bad coaches but they don't advocate like you think they are
No.
for your kid.
yeah,
That's why I said it's super important to have you on a staff.
right,
Like you know what I mean? Like it's super important to have you on the staff. But we used to attack the coaches like, man, come on, man, what's up with the head coach, man?
Right.
But now I realize that the head coach's job is to put the team in the very best position to win. And that's the reason why you have assistants, right? And
right,
that's why you create this entourage of men around you that attacks areas like recruiting, right? So I don't think everybody is staffed up like that based on my experience. That's the reason why I wanted to, get somebody like yourself on here just to kind of educate the people on, the people that they need to talk to other than just going to the head coach.
right, right. Yeah, in a perfect world, yeah, it should be one on every high school, but it's not. I've seen coaches that got a desire to do it, but don't want to do it. Some just don't know. I mean, they ain't tried. They just don't have no clue. Like like you saying about the education part. Some people like kind of like talking, like I said, kind of like talking to a girl. They don't know how to talk to the college coach.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, We got work. It's getting better, but we still got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So,
Coach, I'm sorry.
another question is, if you're not at the school, because you don't work for Chambers, right?
No, I don't. No, I don't work at the school.
So you don't work at the school. So who the hell is advocating for the kids when they get all them? Because the coach, they ain't coming to your job. The recruiters, they ain't coming. Let me go find Chris Hogg. He work over here at such and such. They ain't doing that. They going to the school, to the coach, who really might not be as well versed as you are,
Right.
about how to get this kid, on North Carolina State's radar. Because those coaches are coming. I've been on the field and watched them walk in. And if you're not at the school, then what the hell? Who's advocating for these kids, man? How does that work?
Well, I guess you got coaches who work at the school, so like what a college coach do, he come by certain times of the day, and if he talks to either the head coach or the head coach might have somebody designated to talk to him. He might be busy in class. So now what they say, I mean, I can't speak for every school. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Right.
but it should be somebody there designated, like people like my man Joe Cox. He'll call me at work and let me know who all Chambers he need to talk to. And I know, like at Chambers, Wiggins got like 3 or 4 jobs in the school. So hopefully, if he's not there, they can do it. Somebody else is there to do it. And at other schools, it should be the same way. But I can't. I don't know no part of it because, like I said, I don't work at school.
Right.
Now,
So.
like with me, a lot of times a coach will call me the night before or on the way there because by now they know I don't work at Chambers. Like at Troy University, Coach Dante Wright, he called me on the way from Alabama that Sunday, and I told him all the guys at the Chambers he need to look at it. And by the time we got there, I guess he offered 4 or 5 of them. So that's like an example.
Hey, Hawk, let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Quick question. You got these kids out here that everybody's in their ear. You're D1, you're D1, you're D1. And, they getting offers from D2 schools, D3 schools, what have you. How important, because we know the coaching fraternity is a very small fraternity, right?
Mm-hmm.
How important is it for those guys to entertain those D2 guys and D2, even if they have no intention of going there? How important is it to keep that line of communication open and not just ignore those guys because you don't want to go there, right? Because you've been told you're D1, but if you're not getting those D1 offers and you've been ignoring the D2 offers, and that wagon circles back around, you're gonna find yourself without anywhere to go. So how important is that to maintain and even just entertain, even if like I said, if you have no intention of even going there? How important is it to maintain and entertain those relationships?
Very important. I learned in this business, you can't never snooze on nobody. I've seen guys that like had 15 D1 off, but because they didn't get Clemson or Alabama, they wait too long. Because with an offer, you got a shelf life. It don't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as if you're a wide receiver and school A get 4 commits, your offer is gone. So I seen where kids had to circle back to D2 schools because they lost every offer they got. So yeah, it's very important to don't try to big up nobody and keep an open line. But every school hits you up, and they go for coaches to come by. I mean, like I've heard of some high schools where a coach won't talk to a D2 or D3 school, which to me is BS because every kid ain't D1. So you need to keep an open line from D1 to JUCO. Don't snooze on nobody.
Wow. That's like depriving a kid, right? If you want to talk to anything under D1, that's depriving the kid.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
Coach T, hey man, listen, it's crazy out here, bro. I mean, you got parents and handlers in these kids' ear telling them they're D1. That, like I say, they lead them straight doing that because everybody's not D1. I give you a prime example. The defense coordinator coach at Tulane, Coach Gas, he said in his office that if a school got 8 to 9 D1 players, then why you not winning the state championship?
Mm.
He said, he come to school, he already know who he want, maybe one or two, but everybody thinks a kid who got like 15 D1 players. Well, if that's the case, we should be winning the state every year if we got that many
Mm-hmm.
D1 players. So,
If you that loaded.
with this recruiting, it's not about a dream, it's about a reality. And ain't no dream to this. Either you got it or you don't. Them coaches want you or they don't want you. It's plain and simple.
No doubt. And coach, what are some of the things, man, that these coaches ask you when they come and ask about a certain kid or a kid in particular? What are some of the things that the coaches ask you as a coordinator?
They ask about the home life. They ask me how they do in school, what kind of character, what kind of personality they got, um, what kind of teammate are they? Are they coachable? Like, depending on how, most of the coaches I know real good, they ask about the mama, daddy, us, uncle, grandpa. They ask anything about the home life. Um, yeah, like I say, they want to know what kind of kid they is. And that's another thing too. Like, you give them your huddle. Your huddle only do is like an advertisement. If they want that kid, they go get with the other coaches. They can sit down and look at the game film, not your highlights, but what you do during that whole game. So you might catch 5 good passes, but when the ball not come to you, you might not do nothing. They gonna see that.
Mm.
So that's
Mm.
every aspect about you. They gonna find out about you.
Coach, what you just said right there is big time. What are you doing when you're not touching the ball? Are you finishing it?
Right. Oh.
Are you killing it on the block? Are you blocking for the
Hmm.
next guy? If you're a receiver, are you blocking downfield? Or you're a lineman? Are you blocking and you're getting to the next level? That's a key factor. What are you doing when it's not coming your way? And
Mm.
Right.
that's a missed art. That's a missed art with kids nowadays. So I'm glad you put
Oh
that
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. The
Mhm.
kids now they don't get the ball. They just stand there. They don't do nothing. They tip off the play. You know what I'm saying? They
I've seen
half
it.
ass block. They won't run hard. I mean, they stand up, don't block downfield. They tip the play off. And when they look at your whole game film, oh, they gonna notice everything you do.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
And right now, you can't be that guy. You you
Right.
can't be that guy that take those plays off. You know what I mean? Because the way these guys are going to the transfer portal and getting players now, man, it's very hard for a freaking
Yeah.
high school senior man to get recruited, bro. So all those small things, those intangibles, man, that's the difference makers when a coach says, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance on this freshman right here, man, because he's a hard
Hmm.
nosed, tough,
Hmm.
gritty, grindy ass football player, man. He plays when he take no plays off, man. He's always blocking. That's the kind of stuff that you gotta have, man. Them the dots
Yeah.
you really gotta connect as an
Absolutely.
athlete to really get on that radar of a college coach, man. Because
Right.
he might have a kid that can catch. This kid can catch the ball. If they looking at receivers, this kid he can catch the ball. He's a good route runner, but he don't block downfield. He take
Right.
plays off. But this other kid who didn't get as many balls last year, man, look what he did. Look what he opened up for the offense, man. He was always
Hmm.
clearing out blocks, man, for the running back. You know what I'm saying? He was always blocking downfield, blocking for the other receivers, man. So all that shit right there, it really, really matters to a college recruiter, man, because you gotta have that extra
Hmm.
now to get recruited, man. It's
Yeah.
it's
That
it's
jump ball
unfortunate.
on field.
What do you think about the transfer? Do you like it? Do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage? Do you like it? What do you think about it? Because to me, my opinion is these coaches they gotta protect their teams, man. They, like I said earlier, they gotta put their team in the very best position to win right now,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
right?
like what Coach Orlando
So
said. I go ahead. My bad.
no. Go ahead, coach.
But like I heard Orlando say last week, with the dead on the college coaches are there to win. They're not like a high school coach where you can coach somewhere for 10 years and be a career loser and don't lose your job. Nah, man, you in college you get fired 3 games in. They don't care. So you got to like when you come recruit, you got to do the best you can to get the right player. The transfer portal, like I say, in my mind, there's a lot of work they ain't got to do with a already seasoned college kid than with a high school
Mm-hmm.
kid. So yeah, whatever it takes for them to get them wins, they're gonna do it. Like you probably never see a dude go to college for 4 years and sit the bench. My opinion, them
No.
days are gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you might be there 2 years. If you don't pan out, you out.
Facts. Let me ask you this, Coach. With that transfer portal, what are your thoughts on kids? Because essentially, it's giving you another year of high level high school ball. Essentially, what do you think about kids going the prep route?
If that's what they want to do, then I don't see no wrong with it. A lot of kids don't like their recruiting. They need to get their grades right, so
Mm-hmm.
that's probably a better chance, to be honest.
Yeah, because I
Cause
was
these
involved with a
kids
prep
now,
program.
they so now,
No, I was saying I was involved with a prep program for a couple of years, and
oh
man, I've
yeah.
seen kids come down there, get what they had to do, and go off to major D1 colleges. You know,
Now
could
I
have
would
been
say
grades, could have been
do some
film,
research on
whatever.
that prep. Yeah. Now I say do some research on the
There
prep
you
school
go.
cause y'all gotta know what a lot of bootleg prep schools out here. So I do my research on them before I go there and find the right one to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So you said earlier the eye test. It appears to be pretty important.
Oh
The
yeah.
eye test, passing the eye test. How much of a factor does that weigh in sometimes? Is the eye test? That's a question I was gonna ask you later on. How important is that, man? Because some of them kids, even my kid, man, I can use my kid for an example because we went deep into the recruiting, that recruiting stuff, and I used to talk to him about, getting bigger, of course, he's a
Hmm.
relatively strong kid, but getting bigger, passing the eye test, wearing the right stuff when you get to when you're going on these college visits, looking the part. And he used to always give me a bunch of rebuttal when it came to that. And
Hmm.
so that appears to be super important to those college coaches as well.
Oh yeah. No, we about to have spring practice here in the next month. Every high school should have it in North Carolina. And
Mm-hmm.
then this time the coaches can come out in the morning time, but then they can come out your practice in the evening time. The first thing the kids gonna be hot, so they have the shirts off. First thing they're gonna look at is your body build.
Facts.
Now, if you some kid is like real skinny, you better wear like a 4.4 4.3, or be like a Avenger like James Pierce. He was skinny, but
Yeah,
he was James Pierce. You know what I'm saying?
he's a dog.
Yeah. So, but yeah, have some kind of build. We tell the kids at the football season, hit them weights. But how these kids are now, man. Weight room all the same from the mind now, man.
Man.
Mm. Yep.
Like I give you a prime example. Like last year, during spring practice, my man Teddy Penn from Carolina, he come out there and he looked at because the Chamber got the offense on one side, defense on one side. He looked at all linebackers, D linemen, and DBs. For the most part, I ain't say all of them, but the majority of them, he went called he looked at bills and he could look at body movement. He went big on none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So a lot of kids think they supposed to like get ready for season in July. No, you can wait till like January 1st to start getting ready for the season. Because spring
Right.
practice for me is one of the biggest things for recruiting than it is
Mm-hmm.
any part of the season. That's my personal opinion.
That spring season is super important.
Yeah, it's big, real big. Cause like I say, these coaches, man, every coach in the country could come through the 704 area. So I mean, you need to be on point. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, go ahead, Kalendo.
No, I was going to ask you. I hear a lot about the clock, like your clock, your tickers going. So when does when your D1 clock start? Does it start like if you, so let's say you go D2, is your clock ticking then, or when's that D1 clock start ticking?
You mean like when they start the best time they start looking at you for D1?
No, no, no. Like your time is running out. Like you got 3 years, you
Oh
got 2 years. Like,
man, I'm keeping real, Coach Clark. I say by the summertime. No, I say even before then. If ain't no D1 coach really showed no interest in you, it's a wrap.
Mm.
Cause
because you're losing
D1 go
years.
all the way out. So now,
Because you're losing years as a
oh yeah,
qualified. Yeah.
it, right. D1 coaches go on 3 years out. So this, unless you like just go to camp, summer camp, and put on a show. Nah, I say after spring practice, um, like the Alabama's and Ohio State, if you ain't a 4 or 5 star, they ain't paying no attention to you. Then you get the summertime, like the Carolinas and all that. All honest, they ain't paying attention to no rising scene no more. I'm just gonna be honest. You got a lot of people getting people ears saying, "Well, you get into your senior season." Nah, they ain't paying no. It's over. Cause when them coaches come to Chambers, they looking at like the young kid. They ain't looking at the more seniors unless they like already got 20 offers and they already 3 or 4 star. They ain't paying you no attention no more.
Hmm.
Mm.
Now I'm talking post graduation. Like once you graduate from high
Mm-hmm.
school is what I'm saying. It's like,
Okay.
if
So,
you go, like, you have 4 years of eligibility, right? I'm saying,
mm-hmm.
so if you go prep, that clock doesn't start, correct? Is once you get
Right,
registered college, that's when the clock starts ticking, correct?
right, yeah. You're right, yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Your
Right.
Okay,
eligibility.
my
That's
bad.
what
I'm
I'm
sorry.
talking about. No,
Oh,
you're fine.
okay, my bad. Okay.
And coach,
Because you
what is
could go. I'm sorry, Tony.
no,
If
go
you
ahead.
go D2, is that counting against your D1 clock, or how's that work?
Yeah, okay, if you go D2, yeah, that calls it technically college. So like, if you go D2 for the rest of that year, then that's like 1 year knocked off. And like you want to transfer
That's what I was getting at.
to D1. Okay, yeah. It's
That's a
pretty much
good
when you're
question.
1 year knocked off. Real good
Mm.
question. Yeah. I went somewhere else. My bad, Fledo.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. I
He
can
always
explain it a little
asks
bit
the
better.
complicated questions, man. This guy, man.
No. That's good. No, that's a good question though.
He's kind of like a Shay Shay type.
Go ahead. Oh, hey, boy. Hey, look. Hey, come on now.
Come on
Come
now.
on now.
That was a
What's
pretty good.
up,
If I get
Biz?
that check
That was a
now.
pretty good question.
Go ahead,
Um,
Biz.
man, I kind of went dull a little bit of what I was going to ask, coach. But what are some of the things that coaches look? Let's scrap that. Let's scrap that. How about this, coach? All right, you got a kid, right? He has a parent, or
Hmm.
doesn't matter, parent, female, male, parent, whatever, whatnot. All right, and this kid, he's an awesome kid. He's a great kid, but his parents is always ragging on the coaches. He's always ragging on the team. Do you think that these college coaches pay attention to these parents and what they saying, or is it just that's just not a factor at all? If you
You talking
understand.
about like if they be at the game raising hell out there?
Yeah, and it's recruits out there. They may be watching your son. You never know who's watching your kid, and your
Well, like this.
parents just out there raising hell, man.
Oh,
But the kid
I
is
say
off.
this. Let me say this. It might not be popular. Like if your kid, like I say, your kid ain't James Pierce, yeah, it hurts you a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get out there cause these college coaches they keep up parents too. They once they start following your kid, a lot of times they follow the parents, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, to see what they're about. And if they had it, cause I know I won't say the name on here. There
Okay.
was a big time running back in Charlotte, and ACC school won't fool with him no more, cause his mama.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. That's big
I mean
I
time.
get that
he
because
big. This running back was big time, and he didn't go to Chambers. It was another running back.
Mm.
He was big time, and the coach told me, man, they said he said his mama a headache. We
mm,
can't fool with him. Yeah,
they're not
said mama a
recruiting her,
headache.
recruiting you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
nah, his mama too much. Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm glad you was able to pick up because I was all over the place with that question, man. That was it may get you through, man. You see a lot of parents, man, out there and they're woofing, man, and man,
Oh
you
yeah.
ain't doing this. I was one of those parents before. I'm not
Mm,
even gonna sit here and act like I wasn't, but at the same time, you know, it's a lesson learned. I don't think
Hmm.
it damper my son's recruitment or anything, but you see a lot of parents at the game, and man, and they're going crazy. They're in the stands. They're putting a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
pressure on the kid, and the kid already have a lot of amount of pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just think that that dampers, man. It just dampers the kid, man. They're not looking at what the kid can do at this point. Now they're looking like, oh man, I got to deal with his mom and dad for the next 4 years, or the
Oh
next,
yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah, I
these
don't,
parents off the chain now, man.
yeah, next,
Everybody think that kid a power five star.
yeah,
I don't know where they come from. I mean, they look at more college football than I do. I done seen
Right.
parents come on the field and try to attack the head coach. I done seen parents get up in the stands and like say roots against her, like they cuss them out, say I'm gonna kill you. I done seen the parents, man, show that what out there, man, and it's bad, man. And it's yeah, to me it's gonna get worse. To be honest,
facts.
Why do you think
everybody
it's
look for
going to
the
get worse?
huh?
Why do you think you think NIL is going to have a factor on that?
Well, it probably do now because see people uneducated about the NIL. They think every kid go to college get paid. No, they don't.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna get worse, man. It gonna get to the point, man. You got security to a certain point, but got to be more. Cause these parents
Hmm.
be showing out the football the game, man. I mean,
Right, right,
they go crazy, man, for no reason. I mean,
right.
absolutely no reason, man. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's gonna
I've
get worse, and I also get better.
yeah, I've been in the stands, man, watching my son play. He played about Butler, and he dropped a pass.
Hmm.
Boy, let me tell you something.
Mm,
When you at a program that's expected to win the state championship, as a
yeah.
parent, you got to understand they're not settling the fans aren't settling for mediocrity.
Right.
So
Hmm.
you got to have some tough skin to sit out there and listen to them to trash your son.
No.
But I'm on the other side. My wife going crazy. They talking about my baby. You know what I said?
Catch the
Hey,
damn
man,
ball.
I'm at Chambers. I'm at
Yeah.
Chambers, but trust me, I know what you're talking
Catch the
about,
ball. They won't have shit to say.
man. Hey, like I said, I'm at Chambers, man.
Oh, you know
I
what
know
it
what you
is.
mean, bro.
I
Oh
know
yeah, I
nothing
know
over
exactly
there,
what you're
boy.
talking about.
Woo, boy.
Yeah,
Woo,
man,
boy.
them going out, boy.
Hey, coach,
Yeah,
man,
I've seen
let me tell you, you've put. I'm sorry, Fernando. I mean to cut you off.
it.
Coach, you've put numerous of guys, man, and through college, man, got not through college, but got them to college, got them to the next level. Numerous of guys, man, I know that came out of Chambers, man. How does that make you feel, man, to see those guys perform on a big stage, man, when you seen them as little scrawny little ninth graders, and you got a guy like James Pierce that's out there performing at top level, man, and you got guys going in this year. You got a nice little class going out there this year, man. How does that make you feel to sit there and watch those guys?
Now I was with James this 1 year, but now a lot of other kids from different schools. I've been with them for a long time, but even with James, now me and James real cool with each other. You know what I mean? This
We can have a drink.
me and Coach Tony C talk about him all the time. Me and Coach Ferb talk about him. I'm like, man, this dude right here, man. Which we seen in high school, he gonna be special, but seeing what he doing in Tennessee,
Uh,
man,
yeah,
it's head shaking. Like no different KC and the rest of them, man. I mean, them
no
boys, man,
doubt.
they make us all proud, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I was just going to say, man, KC. I was going to ask you about old KC. KC special, man.
Yeah,
Definitely
KC
special.
special.
What was
And
some of the
yeah, I
things?
mean,
What were some of the things that when you did you talk to his the coaches that was recruiting him at state?
yeah, I know Joker and all them real good.
What were
I mean,
some of the
they've been
things?
loving him. I go ahead.
What were some of the things they were asking you about old KC?
But the same thing, they just want to know about his like his family home, what kind of kid is he and stuff like that. Man, they've been big on KC since day one. I mean, that's one reason that I think they outbid Carolina cause like they were genuine. They was like really into him the whole time. They never wavered or nothing like that when it came to him. And then
Yeah,
when the season started, I mean, like Coach Phillips called me in the summer, say, man, we're gonna he the baddest skill player we got. Like, yeah, right. You're like, nah, man, our whole playbook can go center around him. Well, you
Mm,
seen, man, whole playbook center around him.
pretty
no doubt,
much.
no doubt, no doubt.
Mhm.
Now I wanna change gears with this next thing here, man. Coach, you got a kid that's been there since his freshman year. He's a senior now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't really have any offers. He doesn't have, any offers whatsoever. What are we telling this kid, coach? What's the next step for this kid?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, like go back to what me and Coach Flando said a minute ago. I mean, be a great kid, could be a 4 year starter. And the college coaches out, they don't give a, they don't care. If
Mm,
you in the eyes, if you can't help them win, they don't care. They don't
right.
worry about all the other stuff, man. You gotta be that dude to get to a win to keep them a job. I mean, whether you do good, however long you be in high school. If I think guys that we figure to be D1, but nah, they're average. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to tell people to be patient. If somebody come by, they get something sooner or later. But I mean, can't no coach guarantee or promise you nothing.
No doubt.
Right.
No
I
doubt.
I
watched
mean,
a
we can
lot of
guarantee
these.
they help you.
I
That's
watched
it.
a lot of these kids lose patience, especially when they see their peers getting offers. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know, and I keep talking about my son because I can only go on my experience
Right.
with him. You know, not a lot of patience when you see the all your peers
Your,
getting.
your homeboys getting offers, and you ain't getting them. I understand,
Yeah, yeah.
but
That was
that's
driving a lot of kids crazy, man. Like I'm talking about stressing out
oh
about not getting offers, especially
look,
at I can
I seen mentally, medically, like her, like pass out, like stress out. I seen kids, go through depression because of that.
yeah yeah I believe that I'm telling you my kid was losing it, and I was like, yo, dog, bro, you gotta exercise some patience here, man, because
Yeah,
you
and I'm not trying to sound like a smart ass. I promise you I'm not. But if the coaches will give out offers, I try to tell people that like we can't make them offer you. I'm not saying in general. Like I know I seen kids like want to go to HBCU school, and the coaches wouldn't offer them. I mean, unless you want like a high school coach to, threaten them or whatever. I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's really either they want to or they don't. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the only thing I can really say. I mean,
yeah, but um, from what I understand, some of these guys aren't advocating as hard for some of these
yeah,
kids, man. You know what I mean? Like,
No
I
doubt.
feel you.
like
And
to
you
me,
right. No, you're right. You're right.
if I if I'm a high school recruiter on anybody's team, I'm gonna hype my kid up and
Mm-hmm.
let the recruiter decide whether he has all the characteristics
Right.
and or the character that this kid needs to be to be recruitable for their university. I'm hyping my kid up. Oh yeah, man, he's a great kid. He's a coachable kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if he putting up some decent numbers. I'm kind of me. I'm just saying me. I'm a kind of overly hyper kid, and I'm gonna let the college recruiter, decide whether it's enough. You know what
And
I'm
that's the way it
saying?
should be.
At least that's gonna make the recruiter look at him like, man, I'm gonna take your word, Coach Booker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a look at John Doe, the running back
Mm-hmm.
that you talk about, man. I'm gonna take a look at him. So I'm gonna kind of talk high. I know some of the recruiters, you want to keep your credibility. They might say, Hawk, man, you made us spend all this time on this damn kid, man. This kid got a 1.9
Yep.
grade point average, man. Got to
Oh,
fight.
I get that.
Been
Oh yeah.
fighting in the locker rooms and shit. And so you don't want to mess up your credibility. I understand that. So yeah, you got to kind of,
Hey,
you
book.
do kind
And
of
this real
have to
talk.
watch it, the relationship.
And now this real talk. You can ask somebody like a Tony C. You can ask Coach Verb anybody. I don't talk. Really, I don't talk bad about no kid, man. I say, in fact, I say stuff I probably shouldn't say because I know it might not be true to a certain point. But I don't want to ruin nobody's team.
Right.
Like, and another thing too with recruiting. Like okay, I'm at Chambers. A coach will come and ask us about somebody at Hub or West Charlotte, West Met, ask us our opinion about him. I might not even know the kid, but I'll lie and tell him he's a great kid, great on the field. I don't know him from a can of paint. Cause I can't hurt no kid like that, man. But now, don't get me wrong. Since we on this podcast, oh, I know a lot of people coaches don't do that. I think talk stone trash about Chamber kids. Yes, I mean, that's a whole nother show right there. You might
On the
not
line,
understand
man.
about
Let's talk some trash
Yeah,
about some of these coaches,
Yeah.
some of these high school coaches out here that's trash, and they're not helping out some of these kids, man. You know, I know when my kid was in school, or some of these kids was in school, man. Listen, man, some of these coaches are trash. All right, some of these coaches are overrated to be high school football coaches, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you don't want to talk that kind of shit, but I can. My kid ain't in high school no more. My kid ain't in high school no more. And some of these coaches are overrated, bro. For real. Like who did the interview? You know, we brought in some guys. I mean, when I was at Chambers, they brought in some guys that was supposed to be these high profile coaches, bro. And my kid ain't won a state championship. He ain't put up the numbers that, well, not because he wasn't playing hard, man. It's just some of these coaches be bringing in them systems, man, that don't work. How can you, look, bottom line is this. So, Chambers, 2-time state championship program, ranked in the country. Coach Furby. With Coach Furby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Furby,
I ain't telling you to commit to none of this conversation. So you go out, Coach Furby decided to move on. Whatever happened there happened. No big deal, you know, things happen. Right? We love Coach Furby. Did a hell of a job with the Chambers program. Who do you bring in to replace a Coach Furby? That's all I'm saying. How the hell does that interview process go? So you bring in a coach, either you bring in a coach that has a winning pedigree, or you bring in a coach that, but you brought in a coach that didn't have the winning pedigree. He came from a program that was terrible. I'm just keeping it real. So it was all eyes on this coach. Like, man, I'm going after, if I got a powerhouse program, I'm going after another powerhouse coach. And I'm going to pay him a little bread. I'm not getting ready to go get a coach that ain't won a crap and nothing, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, that's me. I'm not doing that. But some of these ADs are bringing in coaches, man, that just don't have, that's kind of, because KC, Zion, Hollywood, you know all the talent that team had. Yeah. Come on, man. That's all I'm going to say. Ain't that what your boy had a little series on ESPN, Chris Carter? Come on, man. Sometimes it's coaches, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with the kids. The talent is there, man. Some of these coaches are overrated, overstated, and they need to, hey, bro. Hey, these ADs, man, hiring their friends and shit like that, man. Nah, man. Later for that, man. Later for that. I know you ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with college recruiting. I mean, high school recruiting. But come on, man. Chambers had a 3-time 3-peat. I can say it right now. My son was on that team. They had 3-peat, 4-peat talent. You bring in these watered down coaches, bro, and whether they might be some high character guys, really good guys, great guys, but can you coach a high profile? Can you come in from a low profile football team program and coach a high profile football team, powerhouse football program? The shit don't pan out, man. It just don't. Unless you Well, it ain't unless you, because I was getting ready to use Tommy Knox, but he's been a high profile coach regardless. He can go to the low profile team and make the high profile team win.
Oh yeah.
Hey, hold on one second, fellas.
What
Boy, you
happened?
had something on your chest,
Hey,
didn't you?
you made him jump.
Boy, had to air
in
that.
the bathroom.
You made him jump off the screen with
That
that.
boy said, "Let me get out of here before I lose my recruiting job."
Man, he done jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
Chris!
You gonna,
Chris!
I told you, hold on for a second. I think he got a
Chris, come back!
yeah. I think he got a phone call.
But that is true though, man. You gotta. I mean, if you like Mallet Creek when Palmieri left.
Well,
When Palmieri left Mallet Creek was at the top of the mountain. They brought in another coach. But I like the coach that they brought in. But hey, man, that's all I'm gonna say. I like coach. I like him. He's a high character coach, man. Good coach. To me, good for the kids. But can you step in and continue that dog mentality in that program? Can you keep that winning pedigree up that they have over there? I don't know.
So would you say as a staff, is the staff as a whole, or is it all on the head coach?
Staff, because the head coach, when you come in as a head coach, if you coming in as a head coach, what are you gonna do? Evaluate your staff. I'm gonna evaluate everybody that's there, right, to see if they fit within that mentality, the Mamba mentality, basically, to me, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Does everybody around me have that mentality, that consistently, that same winning dog, go hard, high character, push, discipline, focus, boom. Does everybody on this staff have that same mentality, and do everybody believe in my philosophy? If you don't, man, if you don't have that, man, that's when you start bringing in kids. A lot of these coaches bring in their homies. You know what I'm saying? Shit, sometimes your homie don't fit the program, bro. You know what I'm saying? It might be and a lot of them come in and they feel like they got to change a lot about the program. What the hell are we changing? We winning. It ain't a lot to change. You can tweak it.
Right.
You can be a good leader without tweaking everything, man. I mean, without changing everything. You can still be a good leader, man, and win, and eventually bring in your whatever your process is, or your program is. But
The philosophy. Right.
yeah, but
That was one of the things that Hells was talking about. You know, when he got there, the program was left in great shape, and then when he left them in great shape.
yeah,
So he said, I didn't have to do anything. I just had to keep the ball rolling, essentially. You know, I'm not going to go in and try to change the wheel. And I think that's what a lot of coaches do when they come in and figure my program, the way I do things. You know, if you already have the blueprint,
there you go.
plan.
Just bring in. It's all about bringing in the right guys to me. Period. At the end of the day, it's about surrounding yourself with like-minded guys, man. You know what I mean? And you got to figure out the different characteristics of each coach, man, and figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are, or figure out whether they have some things about them that's a no tolerance for you as a coach. All right, man, it's been great, man. It just ain't gonna bring in some guys, man. You know, make it fair. Don't just bring in your homies, man. You know what I'm saying? Now the program is losing to teams that they've never lost to in 2-3 years. We've never lost to this team. You know what I'm saying? Why is that happening? Why can't you stay on the top like this program has been for years? You constantly bringing in the talent. The bottom line is, no way Chambers should have lost back in 2000. What's it? 22 team, class of 23 team. They should have been state champions. Period. I'm blaming Chris Hawk for that since he's on the
podcast. I take the blame.
Hey, Hawk, go ahead and take the hit. Go ahead and take the hit for it, man. Since you're on the phone, man, I'm blaming it on you.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can blame me, bro.
I'm blaming on
Yeah, that's
you
all.
and Tony
That
C.
shit my fault. Oh yeah, especially
let me ask
yeah,
you this,
Tony C.
Coach Hall.
But here's the good thing about it though, Chris. You looked out for those kids, right? And that's why you own the show. That's the reason why we had, regardless of what happened, regardless of whether they won the state championship, lost the state championship, didn't make it, lost in the semifinals, whatever. We lost to some suckers up in the mountains, though. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we lost to some suckers up there. But you, regardless of what was going on, man, I saw you, man. You stayed in there with them kids, man, and you made sure them kids still went on those college visits. You know what I'm saying? They were still able to, you were still able to just keep them plugged in with some coaches, some type of way, So, and a lot of those kids went to school, So, and you're still doing it, man, which is great. I got a question about 12th graders, seniors that don't have offers. What happens right now if a kid doesn't have an offer? How do you continue to try to help him out? He's a senior with no offers. Got a good huddle tape, look pretty decent, but it's just something about this kid that that's left him out there with no offers, man. How do you continue to help a kid out like that?
Keep trying like with the D2, D3, and really start looking around the JUCO. And I'm going to tell you something about this book. A lot of kids, man, snooze on D2, D3 schools, JUCO. Like they people have you thinking, but ain't nobody doing nothing for them. But nah, they just certain coaches hit them up, man, and because it's not the school they want, they don't reply to them.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's the new path, man, to recruiting. To me, you got to start at the D. Sometimes you just got to accept that D2, D3 offer and then go prove yourself.
But like you said earlier, a lot of people ain't educated and don't realize that the thing is an insult. But to be honest, like you said, yeah, D2 the new JUCO.
Yeah.
And people they need to realize that, bro.
Like, I seen a kid that was he was a 4-star receiver coming out of South Florida. He was a 4-star receiver coming out of South Florida, and he had 20 something offers, and he ended up at a FCS school. When he tapped into all those offers, he ended up as an FCS football player in an FCS system. D1, not FBS. He wasn't he was a Power 5. All them offers looked good. He was a Power 5 recruit. But when it came down to it was no meat on them potatoes. I mean, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, what they say, the cliche, boy, ain't no meat on the bone. Ain't no meat on the bone. That's right. Ain't no meat on them bone. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing too about
and you go in there and them offers be hollow. Ain't nothing on them.
yeah. Well, that's another thing too. Like with these parents, kids, they don't ask the right questions when they get off. You need to ask them first, like ask the depth chart, like look and see who all's in front of you, like upper class, and ask some coaches who offer you is it committable, and ask them how many guys are you taking this class. For example, like you might have a kid that get an offer from Clemson, and he's a running back. Well, if you go on the 247 page, Clemson offer 400 kids.
247 Sports.
Yeah, 247 Sports.
Right.
Every team got their own recruiting page to show you the commit, offers, kids. But then at the top, they got like the number and parentheses how many they had got offers. So if Clemson threw out 50 offers, they're not going to take but like maybe 20 some kids. It's common sense. If you're a running back, they might take one running back to 5 running backs. But you need to find out how many they're going to take. Because as soon as that number of kids commit, your offer gone. And they're not going to tell you it's gone. They're going to start calling and hit you up.
Right. Right.
I done seen kids. I seen two kids go to Clemson at the spring game, going to commit, and the coach told them to hold off,
Mm.
cause the offer then went there no more. They waited too long,
Right.
so they went
Right.
down there, and I mean, dreams gone, cause they want to go to Clemson, and they ain't been recruited by Clemson no more.
So why is it that I don't get it now? So why is it I kind of get it because I think you explained it one day. Why is it that let's say Clemson offers a kid, then the next thing you
Mm-hmm.
know, let's say he's been out there, and then but all of a sudden he hasn't been getting any SEC offers, and all of a sudden he get an SEC offer from one university. Now all of a sudden Alabama offers, Tennessee offers. You know
Mm-hmm.
how does that work? What's going on when that happens?
Okay, like for example, I'm gonna say like ninth grade kid win the state title. He rushed for 2,000 yards. He beat things. So Carolina off. So y'all know how the college process works. They got GAs to work for every position coach. So what they do is they be on Twitter, rivals, everything, the scout and camp. A lot of times they say, well, my rival off, I'm off. And every other coach in that conference will think that. So it kind of catch wind. They just start offering. Just off and off. Just based off the last one off.
Yeah, that's kind of, but a lot of those offers aren't when they do that. To me, those are the offers that are not committable.
Most time they're not.
Most of the time, I don't think those offers are committable. Once you start getting that domino effect of offers,
Mm-hmm.
like you see a kid, he get an offer one day, then the next day he get another offer from somebody within the same conference, and he get another offer from somebody in the conference, another offer from somebody. Those offers are not committable. Those are the ones that I found that's not committable.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Majority of the time it is. Depending on if a kid a 5 star, maybe. But like you're saying, it's stuff you got to do for it to be committed. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about one other thing that we could educate kids on about the best camps to go through in during the recruiting process. Like a lot of you spend a lot of money going to camps. I spent a ton of money and a lot of
Oh yeah.
miles on my vehicle going to college camps that didn't pan out. They didn't pan out. We went to the camps. We went to the North Carolina State camp. We went to the ACC. We went to the SEC camps. Just didn't work out. We went to the mega camps. You know. So talk to me about the best possible camps for some of these kids to go to.
If you like a rise ninth grader to a rise 11th grader, it don't. I pick a good mega camp, but then too they get as long as they good football players, they about to go to any camp, but they need to make sure that they've been doing some speed training, been working out, because you can put up bad numbers, it's gonna mess you up.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
But now, if you're a rising senior, I tell any of them, ain't no D1 coach to reach out to you. Don't waste your time unless it's a mega camp.
Right.
Outside that, I go to the FCS, D2, and some G5. But then too, I won't do no more 5 camps. I won't try to do no 15, 20 camps.
Right.
No.
And for whatever reason, man, that 40 time, boy, if you ain't running no good 40 time in them camps, bro, you
Oh yeah,
dog me.
press your
You
bad.
coming. They striking you off of the radar. I'm just going based on my experience with my kid.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Yes.
because he had some guys that was hot on him, and they scratched him off the list once he ran his 40. And
Yep.
we was telling him because he was recovering from an ankle injury.
Mm-hmm.
He had broke his ankle. He had just got it
Yep.
repaired, but he get down there, and this is a doggy dog world in them camps, man. They just blowing the whistle, get down on the line. down on the
Yeah.
line. And them kids, they trying to get recruited. So they too nervous to say, well, look, I can't run that 40. So I used to tell my kid, hey man, don't run that 40, man. You know you ain't ready to run that 40 yet. Man, he get down there and the hustle and bustle, them coaches down there, just get on the line. Oh, this kid from Chambers, let's go, let's check the 40 time. And he would never tell them coaches, I can't run the 40. So he gets his butt down there, he run the 40, subpar 40. He ain't heard nothing from them damn coaches. Ain't heard
Yeah,
nothing no more from them coaches. Let me ask Philando this, since I got Philando on the line. He's a fitness guy. What the hell is it about the 40, man? What is it about the 40 that makes a coach say whether he wants you on his squad or not? A 40. Just a straight line speed. What is it? What's your opinion?
Honestly, I think it's an overrated event. It's the most exciting event. It's sexy. But I look at it like this. What does it matter what a lineman runs? I can see if it's a skill guy, receiver, or DB, running back. But what does it matter what the 40 of a lineman is? You know, he's not going to be running 40 yards down the field anyway. You know,
Right.
so I honestly think it's an overrated drill. Honestly,
Yeah, I had a coach. I'm sorry.
I just don't see the importance of it. Honestly,
Yeah, I had a coach to tell me, man, I don't give a. My kid got a scholarship. Where he is right now, Western Carolina. And guess what? He didn't run the 40. They told him he didn't have to run the 40.
right?
Right? Because the coach said, he told me, he said, listen, we're looking for some tough, hard-nosed football players.
Right.
Based on your son's film, we don't care if he ran a 4.3 or a 4.6. This kid gets open. He's smart. This kid knows how to get open. Like, you might have a DB in front of him that ran a 4.3, but he killing the DB every single time. He's routing them up. And the coach said, man, I just want football players. Hard-nosed, smart, intelligent football players. The hell with a 40. They told my kid not to run the 40, and he didn't run the 40, and they offered him at the camp.
Well,
That's crazy.
There's a difference between football speed and track speed, right? And football speed more or less is about reaction. Like how fast can you get to the spot? You know, how fast can you pick up what's going on and get there? Not how fast you can run down the field. Like it's about reaction, in my opinion. Like like I said, there's football speed and there's track speed, right? Like I said, if you're a receiver, you obviously need some decent speed. A DB, you need decent speed, but you know. Again, to me, it's overrated. But let me circle back around one time, Hawk. What conversation you having with that kid who just don't? He's not a college football player. You know, there's a lot of great high school football players, but not everybody can play college ball. That's just what it is. So how do you have that conversation with that kid? You know, he just don't have it. He's just not a college football player.
Hey, well, and nice as I can, I try to talk to him like what's plan B. I mean, if the coach don't want you, I mean, it got to be. You ain't got to play football to make it be successful in life.
Right.
Whatever talent God put in you, just exercise. I mean, you might be like good at marketing. You might be good at your own car shop, barber shop, restaurant, something. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, you ain't got to play football to make it. I mean, just
Right.
you go to plan B. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
No doubt.
Right. You had a great high school career and then live with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Man, we was just talking about this the other day, man. With Philando and some other guys was on. We was just talking about the other day, like it's not enough kids that look at the D2 route or the D3
Right.
route. They want to go to Alabama, they want to go to North Carolina, they want to go to the big name universities. But like you said, the portal is open, man. The coaches are going to go for the most experienced guys. So I would tell a young fella really quick, hey man, look at that D2, look at that JUCO, look at that D3. Hey man, go there and grind up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, if you're putting in the work, they're gonna find you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mm.
a lot of kids get caught up in that stigma, like I gotta be at Alabama, or I gotta be at North Carolina, the big time programs. If you don't have that big time talent, hey man, you need to start now looking in other directions, man, to set yourself up for the future, man.
Hey man, there's a lot of bad advice out here, bro. I mean,
Okay.
some really, really bad advice. I'm keeping real, like talking about conversations with coaches. Like if I talk to my man in Alabama or my dude at Ohio State, when they come to around here, they're looking like maybe 4 or 5 players in the whole state of North Carolina.
Mm.
Mm.
But now, if I talk to my man in State, Carolina, East Carolina, schools like that, they might be maybe 15, 20 in the whole 704 to 81 area. So that being said, and like I went to Alabama South Carolina game a couple years ago, and I had a parent down there with me. I was talking about her kid going D1. So I said, "Hey, take your son down there to where Alabama's offensive lineman down there working that pregame." And this back when Alabama had Dante Smith, Waddell, and the other two receivers. All four of them in the field. And what's the quarterback name? Dude at Philadelphia.
Hurts.
Hurts.
Hurt. Here's the quarterback. They were loaded. I said, pregame. I said, go down there and take your son down there. Look at them offensive linemen. After that, she never did say nothing else to me about going D1. She didn't want
Absolutely.
the kid to go to college. She thought them with me and my three receivers
Grown man.
went down to Alabama this last summer. Man, there were guys down on the line like 6'8", 6'9". I'm like my head going below their chest.
Mm.
That's how tall they was. And they built like power forward. They ain't had no stomach on them or nothing.
Hmm.
These guys like ripped, like as guardians, to be honest. No, was humongous. So I
Like,
mean, it got to be it's no reality in what these people expecting. I'm being honest.
Mm.
If you're a skilled player, you got like every time you touch the ball, you need to be electrified. To be honest,
Hmm.
um, you can be short at a slot, but now like quarterback, a running back, a receiver, they at least want you to be 5'9", 5'10". Quarterback, they want you to be 6 foot. I know a lot of parents I've seen when Murray and old boy from Alabama, at Carolina quarterback. What's his name?
Mays. You said quarterback?
Quarterback, yeah.
yeah,
Mays. Drake Mays.
May.
No, the Panthers.
Oh,
Oh,
Bryce Young.
oh, oh, Bryce
Right.
Young.
Everybody talking about the height or whatever. Man, when them kids was in high school, they were like superheroes. Bryce Young played with the #1 team in the country, and they won like 2 years in a row. They lose the game.
Mm.
Murray from Arizona Cardinals, his whole career in high school, he didn't lose a game playing 7A football.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Yeah.
So that's not the only time you might see a short quarterback. Outside that, if you ain't 6'1", they ain't gonna pay you no attention. I'm be honest
Mm.
with you.
So the
You
so the
can't
Not
see
gonna
over
pay
the
you.
line.
the
You can't see over
stigma.
the
Can't
six
see on the
eight
line.
lineman. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You 6'8", and you okay. Your quarterback 5'10". Man, you got to sit there and roll out all the way to the sideline, throw the ball almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and I mean, and like that's the same good thing about a school like Chambers. When the coaches come out there, they pretty much let everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? They let you know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So it should be no shock if they don't want your kid or if they do want your kid
Mhm.
and everything.
Wow.
I'm gonna say this about I want to say earlier about Booker when you talking about Zion when he went to Western Carolina and he needed to thank his wife Tanya. Tanya was on my head for about 3 days about West Carolina. I mean,
I
she
guarantee.
was
I
on me.
guarantee you she was.
Um, she had
She's
me
a dog.
call my man coach Cody Edwards. He the linebacker coach up there, where the
Yeah.
recruiting area. So between him and her, I had like almost broke a deal to where it was Zion and three of the teammates to go up there and they had to do like this a skill talk. No footwork like the 40s and all the other stuff. I told him I said they got somewhere to go to a 707. They can't do it. And he's with it. And I said now look, they do their thing, bro. I mean, they go ahead and throw the offense. I mean, they at a point waiting. And hey Cody, man, his words. John went up there did the thing. They
Yeah.
got off.
Yeah. His mama's a dog.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
she's a dog.
you gotta stay as
And
a parent, man. You gotta stay in tune, man. You gotta stay in
yeah,
step.
you got to stay in tune, but like I say, you got to be. Be real about it.
You gotta perform.
Like a lot of parents, man, hey, they got kids like 5'3" that play on the offensive line thinking Bama Auburn come for 'em, and they 5'3" and they happy.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of these guys you gotta keep it real with these kids, man. Like I
mm,
think they gotta, once again, they gotta have guys on the staff, man, to just keep it real with these kids, man. Like what they,
mm-hmm.
you don't want to, you don't really want to take their confidence away, man, and but you got to keep it real with them and let them know where they are in the recruiting
Mm-hmm.
process, and the things that they need to do to become more recruitable. Like a lot of these coaches around here aren't keeping it real with the kids,
No,
and
absolutely not.
and the kids just out there and just they doing whatever the coaches are asking them to do, man. They just, it's just the small things that they, you know, that they just don't know, man. And these, coaches got to keep it real. Hey, y'all high school coaches, man, y'all keep it real with these kids, man. Yeah, these kids are serious about making it. A lot of these kids are serious about making it. If they're not D1 players, man, do whatever you can, man, to help them shape their careers, man, to possibly take the D2 route, the FCS route. Let them, embrace them and let them know it's okay to do that, man. I don't think the coaches, these high school coaches, are advocating hard enough for these kids. I know these guys, you guys are out here and you got to save your jobs. But at the end of the day, man, it's about building relationships with these kids, man, and keeping it real. I told my kid, listen, man, go somewhere where people want you, where people are genuine.
Yes.
When we talked to those coaches up at Western Carolina, man. I told my son, call those coaches now and tell them you want to commit. We tired of the song and dance with all these other
Mm-hmm.
schools. Call the coaches now. He called the coaches, man, and they were all in a room. They just so happened to all be in the same room when he called them, and it was like they was in the green room on draft day. They was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we got the coach, we got the kid from Chambers on the phone, the receiver from Chambers." They was like, "Yeah, go somewhere like that, man, where the guys want you, man." Right? That's what these kids gotta learn, man. Go somewhere where the kids, where they genuinely, and you gotta be able to discern that type of thing too. Now, you gotta have that discernment whether people are really being genuine with you or they shooting you a bunch of crap, and you gotta understand what the crap game is, though. And you gotta have guys like you, Hawk, or even some of the coaches that's on staff that helps these kids distinguish what's the crap and what's not the crap, right? And I think a
Right.
lot of times these coaches aren't keeping it real with these kids. They're not really advocating for these kids like they should, and that's just my opinion. And they got to clean that shit up, man, because some of these kids, man, football has saved their lives. You know what I'm saying? From youth football to middle school football, and now when they get to high school, man, they're counting on you, bro. They counting on that coaching staff. Those kids are counting on that coaching staff to help them get through that process, bro. And a lot of these coaches are dropping the ball, and all they care is about that check. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. Stop BSing these kids, bro. Because I know a lot of coaches out there. I ain't calling no names, but a lot of these coaches out here are BSing these kids, man. You just, what have you done for me lately? And I get it. You got to feed your family too, and you got to keep your job. But get more guys like Hawk on your staff, man. Hey, Hawk's worth 6 figures right now for some of y'all high school coaches out here that don't have high school guy on your staff that's advocating for these kids to get in school. He's a 6-figure guy, man. He's at Chambers right now. Don't worry about it. He open for them 6 figures, man. He'll leave Chambers tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You,
Oh
That boy
yeah.
gonna fly south.
So we
You're gonna be in South Carolina, boy.
In South Carolina, getting that money.
Yeah, man. I absolutely love high school football, man. I love going out there, seeing some of the kids that we've coached up, man. But man, I just want these high school coaches, man, just keep it real with these kids because they really want to make it, man. They really counting on y'all high school coaches, man. And everybody don't have a college recruiter, a high school recruiter that's connected and got the plug like a Hawk, man. That's just what it is, bro. We've
Yeah,
been on this.
I'm gonna throw out one more thing before you get off, bro.
All right.
With the kids. 'Cause I know y'all deal with a lot of youth and high school and middle school. These kids need to start learning how to play two positions, one on offense, one on defense.
Yeah.
That will help their recruit out a whole lot. You might be good on offense, but be great on defense.
Mm.
Because a lot of times these guys want see you do multiple things. For example, the DB coach at State this last summer, we were talking, and he told me about what caught his eye about I think his name is Brody, the dude from Providence Day, who's going to
Uh-huh.
State.
Yeah.
He said he went to a game. That dude showed out on offense, he showed out on defense, and he showed out on special teams. He said he had to have it.
Mm.
Who's that?
So
Brody
with that,
Barnhart.
so Barnhart, that's his name, Brody Barnhart, that's his
Brody
name.
Barnhart. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he one of your guys. Like, yeah, that's it, Barnhart,
Yeah.
that's his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the coach told me. He said he showed out in all three phases whenever he went to see Providence Day play. So I tell any receiver, man, get to work at DB. Running backs get to work at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line get to work at defensive line. I mean, whatever. Cause like I say, what I told you, book, your son, Hollywood, Saquon, and some more.
Bubba.
They good on offense. Man, Bubba's a 5-star linebacker, but he played
Yep.
quarterback in high school. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
KC was, could have been a 4-star quarterback. Your
Yep.
son them could have been 4 or 5-star DBs,
Yep.
especially Saquon. I would say he could have gotten more DB play at her. Um, there's a kid at Chevy named Malachi Henry. Great kid. He was a 4-star linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But them jokers would put him at running back. Man, he'd have been next Derrick Henry, bro.
Mm.
But
That,
a lot of schools don't stick to that one side of the ball. It'd be good to see guys, play both sides.
that's why I was saying, man. These coaches gotta keep it real, man. You know, with these guys, man, they gotta really help them shape. They counting on these coaches, man. If a coach really genuine about a kid really making it in the program, man, and making it to the next level, they gotta keep it real and say, hey, man, I think you'll be you got a great opportunity on the defense. Cause my son did go to the defensive side of the ball, and I felt kind of the same way
Hmm.
you did, cause he wasn't really. He wasn't checking all the boxes as a receiver, if you ask me. But he's a great athlete, good athlete. Work ethic is
Yeah.
crazy. He was doing all of that. I mean, but was he growing to be 6'2"? With 4'3", 4'2", 4'3" speed? Nah, not quite. So, but as a DB, shit, yeah, he was
And
checking those boxes.
but I told you that before you came to change. You remember that? I was there
Yeah,
at stat that before it came to change. Yeah, at the prior school.
yeah, but he's
Yeah.
still a dog though. He a dog though.
Oh yeah, yeah, dog, man,
Yeah,
man.
he's a dog.
I was ass down right now, bro.
But these coaches in these programs, man, gotta just keep it real, man. They gotta be better evaluators of talent, man. You can't just I'm gonna stick this kid at quarterback because he's the most talented kid we have.
Hmm.
When really he lines up all his physical ability to say this kid can play some safety. He'll be a hell of a D1 safety.
Yeah,
He ain't gonna get
yeah,
recruited as a quarterback, but he'll be a hell of a D1 safety based on his skill set, based on his measurables. He'll be a hell of a safety. But these coaches won't do it, man. They just taking they
Mhm.
put the kid where they feel like they want to put him, man.
But Cam, dude on our tail, don't tell, he like it. Got Cam guy.
Yeah.
On your 14U, 15U.
Oh yeah, he's a
He great receiver, but man, at safety, man,
dog.
Lord have mercy. Oh my God.
But somebody got to guide these kids, though, Hawk, man. Somebody got to
Yeah.
tell them, man. Somebody got to really, somebody got to really dial in, sit them down, and just really keep it real with them, man. And because
Hmm.
they be, man, these kids count on these high school coaches so much, man, just to get let down. Bro. That's all. That's all I can say, man.
And
I
so,
mean,
so to sum up what Booker's saying a little bit, uh, parents, man, don't 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 rely on the coach to get your kid to the next level. Get
absolutely.
get your kids
No.
film. Shop your
Right.
kids film on Twitter. Shop
Yes.
your kids film on Instagram. Shop your kid. Send it to their email. Their coaches' emails are everywhere. You can go on to
Yes,
the team site and get a
there
coach's
you
email.
go.
Yeah,
That is correct.
you got to
That's
shop
right.
your kid as well. You can't just be out there. Oh, my baby had 1,500 touchdowns in Little League. No, no, no. It don't matter when you get up there. You got to get up there and
Mm-hmm.
you gotta put your kid. You got to sell your kid to these programs as well, right? Right, coach?
You're right. Your parents got a big part of that, man. Real
Yeah,
big part. They can't sit on their hands and expect everybody else to do it. Nah,
Right.
right.
a lot of us on there, man.
No doubt.
You
A lot of
know
emphasis on
what?
that.
I'm sorry, Coach.
No, go ahead, coach.
One of the things I always told my son, man, like, listen, the more you know, the further you go. Play where your
Yep.
coach tell you to play. My son played even in high school. He played DN, outside linebacker, safety, but end up his senior year as a receiver. You know, so the more skill set you got, the higher your IQ, the further you're gonna go. You know,
Yep.
but
You're
some
right.
people just dead set. My son's a quarterback. Well, he might be in high school. You know,
Yep.
but you got, like I said, your football IQ is going to take you a lot further than just playing one position.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
You're right about
So,
that, bro.
just play with, hey man, plug and play. Wherever your coach tell you to play, that's where he needs you. You play, because somebody going to see something and be like, man, I need this kid right here.
yeah.
And he's a Swiss Army knife. He can play multiple, positions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
don't just box your kid into one position and think,
Yep.
put, like what they say, put all the eggs in one basket, man. Hey, somebody might not hatch. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. That's a
Good
great
point.
point. Great point.
Real
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
Hey, so what do you think? What did you think about the transfer from Oklahoma to North Carolina State
That's a good move. Very good move.
for my
Very,
man
very good move. Oh no,
Hollywood?
that's a good move, Hollywood. Very, very, very good move. I
Oh
kind
yeah.
of wish he'd went there to start with, but I mean, I'm glad he's there now. So I mean, that's a good move, Hollywood.
What about the
I mean, you got to
Ohio?
look,
What about Ohio State to North Carolina State? What do you think about that one?
boy, man. You see Noah Rogers. So I mean, that dude
Yeah.
he can be special, man. I ain't gonna front. You got him on one side and KC on one side, and that backfield that got the whole line back. Man, that offense. I told
Right.
Joe them, I said, man, y'all offense gonna be special, bro. I said, y'all drop the ball, man. Boy,
North
that ain't
Carolina
gonna be on
State
y'all.
team to beat in the ACC.
I think they got a good shot, man. They got a lot to replace on defense, but they got this about the best shot they've had in a long time, in my opinion. I mean,
mhm.
I can even see Casey them playing in the ACC championship in Charlotte this year.
Hey, check this out. Got a question for you. Western
Yes, sir.
Carolina. Western Carolina plays North Carolina State the first game of the season. Who you got on that? Now everybody,
Both of them.
I mean,
Both of them. Cause I'm
come
gonna tell you
on.
what I'm gonna do.
There you go,
I'm
coach. There you go, coach. Great
So,
Good
answer.
answer.
so
both of them.
Hollywood and KC and Noah Rogers versus Zion. Come on, dog.
Both of them.
He said
Hey,
both of
look,
Hey,
you
look,
only
you know that
said Zion. You only
We
said
go with the
you
money
know that
line.
first you know that first game, Tennessee play state in Charlotte. Gonna be James against Hollywood and KC.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
The Mayo
Yeah.
Bowl, like Duke
Well, we got
Mayo
So
we
Classic.
got
Yeah.
some
both
tickets to
of them.
buy on.
Definitely hope we
So
need to
that,
see.
that
We're
game
gonna try to get something free.
that
Bye.
game between
That's right.
Western Carolina. Well, we know you walk straight through the door. I mean, hey, we go up to Clemson. So we go up to Clemson. Zion's I think sophomore year. This dude Hawk, when he walks in, you might as well say they just lay out the red carpet.
There you
You
go.
know,
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? We get somebody to pick us up. As soon as we get out of our car, we got folks picking us up, bro. Yeah, I'm talking about golf carts and buses, whatever you want, man. Yeah.
President's here.
Oh, he that dude now.
Hey,
Now, hey,
before
listen. Hey, listen, guys. If y'all looking for somebody to take your kid on some college visits
yes,
and you
sir.
don't want to walk and you want to ride, this that dude right here.
Hey, Chris, but before coach, I wanted to ask you because we haven't talked about really the big fellas, man. I love the big
Mhm.
fellas, man. You know what I'm saying? And what are some of the things that college coaches look for in the linemen, in the offensive linemen? What are some of the things that the college coaches look for?
The height and how they dominate. like
No.
how to get down the field, pancake blocks, how physical that they are. They want dogs from it. They
Okay.
want dogs. They don't want nobody who's going to stand there and they hope hold somebody up. Nah, man, they want ballers. They want somebody gonna get up there and knock what out of. I
No
mean,
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
that on offensive side and the defensive side. I tell people that D line that they got to be some dogs, man. Like the shortest you can be on D line is probably 6'2", probably.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say that cause like we had Jalen Swindell and Huff had Curtis Neal. They was
Woo.
unblockable. They
Yeah.
was unblockable. Now most places you go to, you gonna see D linemen 6'4". But you can be 6'2", but you got to be special.
Got to be
Your
special.
D ends got to be like 6'3", 6'4". That they ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
wait from that. Um, yeah, you got to be like you got to have some height. You got to at least be 6'4" at
Mm.
the end. That might maybe 6'3", but even with that, you got to be unblockable.
Right.
You got to be in that backfield every play. You can't just be half-ass like half the game. You ain't doing nothing half the game. Nah,
You
they
gotta
want
be
somebody who
disruptive.
can't be touched. Yeah, you got to be disruptive.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go. Cause James Pierce was a game changer, bro. Like
He messing up everybody, bro.
they was looking. We used to see the James playing, man, when they was playing against them those Huff teams and
Hmm.
Chambers. Man, I mean, we wasn't even counting on the offense, bro. We was counting on James Pierce
Can't no
to
James.
make a
Yes,
play, and he would do it.
yes,
He'd come up with it. It's crazy.
man. That state semifinal game, which to me don't get enough credit, is one of the best games ever in North Carolina.
Oh
Cause
yeah.
man, we were beat. I mean, we
Oh
two
yeah.
rivals playing for a right to go to state championship.
Oh yeah.
And man, we could do no with her to start with, man. That daggum James, man, started cussing, going behind the sideline. And
Yeah.
I know y'all don't look at cartoons like I do, like with Apocalypse. His skill is like to make guys enhance mutants be stronger. And James got in front of Bigelow and all that, man, and he did something. And when they stopped throwing the ball, started running, then James would start teeing off on the boards. That's when the comeback started.
That's it.
And
Game
the
over.
rest history, man.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
The game was over.
Yeah, man. So, Coach, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. This is a topic that could go on forever, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think it's much needed, not just on this platform, but if by popular demand, we need to get back on here and talk a little bit more
man.
about the college recruiting process, man. We'll get back on here, man, and we'll
Definitely.
keep
Look,
reiterating the fact that that these kids are out here, man, looking for guys to help them get through the process, man. And you've done that, man. And you've been good at it. And we really do appreciate the conversation, man. And if we need to get you back on, man, I'm pretty sure you're open to coming back on, man, with the
oh
bids
yeah.
and with Impact Culture the podcast and on the lines.
Hey man, it is an honor being with y'all guys tonight. And man, look, we talk about recruiting, we talk about this football in general, college, high school, pro, whatever y'all want to talk about, man. Please have it back.
We
Oh
definitely
yeah,
will, coach.
we'll
Definitely will,
definitely have
coach.
you back, man. All right, and we
We
appreciate
appreciate
you coming, man. Thanks, Coach.
All right, fellas. Hey man, hey, y'all be easy now.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate it, Coach, man. Salute.
you. Good work.